Ladies and gentlemen, today we have an amazing video to get into. Because we have some news and updates, but we also have a bunch of new Switch 2 game leaks. Some of them are actually kind of confirmed. And possibly a huge Nintendo franchise finally returning after a decade. So this video is very exciting. Let's go ahead and get right into this one. This week has been absolutely insane in gaming news, especially with Nintendo. Almost every day it's like, okay, this day is gonna be pretty normal. Oh, wait, let me check my phone. Oh, crazy, massive update, massive leak. Okay, you know, we all want a new Nintendo Direct, but it seems like Nintendo's focus, and rightly so, is on the new Mario movie, which is just a week away. So I feel like after that, maybe like a week or two later, Nintendo Direct rumors, there are some for April, so we'll start paying attention to those again then. But for the time being, man, this video is full of insane news, rumors, leaks, updates, all that good stuff. So before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, that would truly mean the world to me. Truly, follow me on Instagram and Twitter so we can keep our communities growing. And we have 13 channel members. I need 2 more to have 15. That is my goal. So consider becoming a channel member if you could. And let's go ahead and get right into this one. So I swear on everything I love, last night I was playing Fallout 4. I'm over 40 hours into it on the Switch 2. And I thought about tweeting at Bethesda saying, hey, when is that new Fallout update coming? Because I'm like playing DLC and I probably have like another 30 hours, but I was thinking about putting the game down until the new update happened. And today, guess what? Fallout 4 got that massive update, and I already thought the port was amazing. I think it's a must-play game. Yeah, it's truly one of my favorite experiences on the Switch 2. But now there's a huge update, and they finally have DLSS whenever you're doing 40 frames per second or higher, I believe. And the game was already great, but now it's even greater, you know what I mean? Like, they're just doing some amazing work over there. So if you're on the fence about playing Fallout 4 on the Switch 2, I'm here to tell you it's an amazing experience. I know a lot of people are waiting for a sale, and I was going to wait for a sale as well, but I just wanted to play it so bad, and I'm actually kind of addicted to it, but it's one of the best games to be addicted to, truly. And then quickly, I just want to talk about like the price change that's going on in May, because I haven't made like a news video since this update happened. This is cool, and it's hard to feel negatively about it. Like, digital games are going to be $10 cheaper, and as far as I know, I think that's always been the case in Europe, or maybe physical games are $10 more expensive or something like that. So $10 cheaper for a game, that is amazing. You know, how could you argue against that? But if you're like me and you prefer physical games, then it almost feels like you're getting a $10 tax for wanting a true physical. But then at the same time, let's just say there's a game key card, and if they gave you an option to pay $10 more to get a true physical, you would do it. So then you're in this weird area where like, well, you know, I don't want to pay more, but I want a physical, but I also want to get my games cheaper, but I don't want to get it digital. So I think if I take a step back and pull myself out of the equation, yes, this is cool that digital games are going to be $10 cheaper, and I feel like it should have always been that way. You could say this is Nintendo trying to push people to buy digital software, that way they can't resell it, and, you know, Nintendo never loses money, or I don't even know how that would work. But then on top of that, you could say, well, maybe this is Nintendo getting us ready for an all-digital console, and I do think that's going to happen. I've had a theory for a while that when we get the inevitable Nintendo Switch 2 Lite, I think a way they're going to make this cheaper is it's going to be an all-digital console. And while I'm not a fan of that, I'm still probably going to buy it because a Switch 2 Lite would be amazing. So maybe this is the first hint at that coming in the future. But like I was saying, if I take a step back, pull myself out, I think I can be honest and say it's just an overall good thing. So now we have some massive Switch 2 game leaks. And I think like 2 of these, maybe all of them. Actually, I think all of these are confirmed. What am I talking about? Like, they're leaks technically, but they're all confirmed, which is crazy. So let's get started on the first one. The big Pokemon game coming out in April. I'm still not sure if I'm even excited for Pokemon Champions. Like, I feel like once I start playing it and really spend some time in it, I will be excited. But, you know, it's a free-to-play game, and then you have that worry of, is it pay to win? But it seems like it's not going to be that. And, you know, I do think there's going to be some fun there. But the problem for me, I guess it's not a real problem, but it still kind of is. The problem for me is it's a Switch 1 game, which is technically a mobile game. You know, I'm not saying there's anything bad with Switch games. And I'm not saying we're elitist because we have Switch 2, but it is kind of hard to go back when you're playing all these great Switch 2 games or Switch 1 games that have boost mode now. And you're like, okay, this is cool, but what about a Switch 2 edition? Well, here is a screenshot that is revealing the official Nintendo Switch 2 update for Pokemon Champions. It's the only image that there is so far, but according to Nintendo, it runs at a higher resolution. Yeah, this is 100% what I was looking for, right? So this isn't like the craziest thing, especially this being a free-to-play game, but it is nice that it has an official Switch 2 edition. So, you know, I'm pretty excited about this, or I think I will be more excited once I finally get around to playing it. Oh yeah, before we get any further into this video, I forgot there's actually 2 games that got official Nintendo Switch 2 editions, or actually 3 games that came out recently. Number 1 is Disney Dreamlight Valley, which is like the Disney Animal Crossing game. You know, I know people who spent 500 hours on this on the Switch. There's an official Switch 2 edition that's finally out. I thought it was going to be a paid upgrade, but it's actually a free upgrade, so that's awesome. Then number 2, Warframe finally got its official Nintendo Switch 2 edition. This is a game I played for like a couple of hours when I first got my Switch, but it looks like something you can spend so much time in, and it actually looks like a lot of fun. And the fact that it's 100% free to play, which is, you know, it really is crazy for the amount of content there. So the official Switch 2 edition for that is out as well. And then number 3, Asphalt Legends, one of my favorite racing games I have ever played. I thought it was one of the most underrated games on the Switch, even though it was free to play and one of the best looking Switch games. I think this actually came out last week, but the official Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Asphalt Legends is out now. And again, it's just one of the best racing games out there, especially since it's free to play. It looks amazing. Oh yeah, did I already mention it's free to play? So those are 3 new Switch 2 editions that are out there. Now let's get back to upcoming Switch 2 games, right? Now a few of them are like, okay, really? This would be cool. But one of them is just straight up kind of confirmed. So Edmund McMillan shows off the first footage of Mewgenics running on the Nintendo Switch 2. This has a Metacritic average of 88, the 3rd highest rated game of the year so far, and sold over 1 million plus copies in a week on PC. And as far as I know, right, obviously I haven't played this yet, but I want to play it. You're like breeding cats and trying to get their breed right, and then it's like a strategy RPG at the same time, but then it's pretty out there. Like some of the themes in this game, it might not be kid friendly, and what it reminds me of is like those great Flash games. I don't know if you guys ever played on 2flashgames.com. I spent so much time on that website as a kid, and for my more cultured people, do you guys remember that game, Frank's Adventure? I feel like nobody knows what I'm talking about. Don't look it up though. But if you know what Frank's Adventure is, I spent a lot of time playing that on the old family computer. So yeah, Mugenics reminds me of an old Flash game, and that's awesome, right? It's a little bit nostalgic. So I feel like if this does inevitably come over to the Switch 2, which seems like that's probably going to happen sooner than later, probably get shown off at the next Nintendo Direct or whatever, I could see this game selling easily like 1 million copies on the Switch. And I'm not even exaggerating that. So if you guys have been following along for a while now, you'll know a few of my favorite game series, and one of them is Sonic. I'm just nostalgic for it. Yes, not all the games are great, but I do think Sonic has been on a resurgence since 2020, 2022, whenever Sonic Frontiers came out, right? We got that, then we got Sonic, what is the game that's kind of like Super Mario Wonder? Can't even remember. Okay, maybe it's not like the greatest run, but then we got Sonic X Shadow Generations, which is probably the greatest Sonic game collection, whatever, of all time. But I do think Sonic Frontiers did a lot of things right. Yes, it was mocked and compared to Breath of the Wild, like, oh, every game has to have a Breath of the Wild clone now. Sure, it kind of gave you those vibes, at least if you never played it, but man, I think it's an underrated gem. The music is amazing, the gameplay is so fun. I played a little bit on the Switch, I played more on my PS5. Still a little rough around the edges on both consoles, but there's great news today that a new version of that is on the way. So Sonic Frontiers Definitive Edition has been rated in Korea, and this is something I can see coming out pretty much at any time. If I had to guess, honestly, this is probably going to be an October release. I feel like a lot of Mario and Sonic games come out around October, like all the time almost. So if I had to guess, this is definitely going to be a October release, and this would be great on the Switch 2. So instead of getting like a Switch 2 upgrade of Sonic Frontiers, they'll just release the Definitive Edition on all modern consoles, And I really cannot wait to play this, because even though I did play it, I never beat it because I started playing other things. Now, if I could throw another theory out there, what I think is them making this definitive edition of this game, like whatever they're doing to make the definitive edition in development and with ideas, they've already confirmed that they're making like a new Sonic Frontiers or a sequel or whatever the hell it's going to be called. I think they're testing for that basically, right? Like the way they're able to execute this, all of that is going to be work towards the next Sonic game, and I really cannot wait for that. I know we've got a leak for that as well. I think it was called like Sonic Cosmos or something, and it just sounds like it's going to be a great time. So, you know, if you're not a big Sonic fan, you probably don't care, but I'm a huge Sonic fan, and I really cannot wait to jump into Sonic Frontiers again. Okay, so if there was not enough rumors, updates, leaks about new Nintendo Switch 2 games, while I'm editing this video, even more news is coming out, and it seems like Devil May Cry 5 is coming over to the Switch 2. Yeah, it's not even a small announcement. That is a major game. I'm pretty sure Capcom does these, and you know, Capcom and the Switch 2 or Nintendo, they're doing amazing work here. So if there was not enough announcements and leaks in this video already, we have Devil May Cry 5 now. And now, it's kind of cool to see we had a theory, that theory turned out to be true, and Nintendo is, you know, they're not leaking something, they're revealing it, but it feels like they're leaking one of the biggest things for the next Mario movie. So this is cool, right? And if you don't know what I'm talking about Fox McCloud being revealed for the Mario movie. Not only is Fox going to be in the movie, I think this just lays out a bunch of stuff. So now that we know Fox McCloud is in the Mario movie, let's just say they're following the same formula from the first movie. You know, Donkey Kong had its big reveal in the Mario movie, then what did we get after that? We got Donkey Kong Bonanza. I know not right after that, but that was like the next big Mario Universe game. So why else would they be showing off Fox McCloud, right? Why else would they really highlight him in this movie, besides it just being a big character to reveal? Well, it's been over a decade since we had a new Star Fox game. I know we got that Starlink, I think it was DLC or just like a version with Star Fox. I never played it, but I know people did enjoy it. But other than that, no Star Fox on the Switch. Now, it's not something I would probably use because I haven't used it yet, but they could do something interesting with mouse controls, right? For a new Star Fox game. I never played the game on the Wii U, although I did hear people really enjoyed that one as well. So it's been a long time, and this isn't even like a crazy guess that we're going to get a new Star Fox game and they're just highlighting Star Fox. Now, one of my good friends in this whole YouTube world is Thunderstash Gaming, who actually might be watching this video. I know they watch a couple of them. So I've seen something that they highlighted over on Twitter, and it's actually a great find. They pulled up a tweet from 2024 that says, Chris Pratt says the Super Mario Bros. 2 movie will help the Nintendo Cinematic Universe to be created. And it's like, oh, that's exactly what's going on here. We also know that Pikmin is in the Mario movie as well, right? And there's probably still other characters as well that will be revealed during the movie. I'm actually going to be in Miami on the 1st. So I gotta find a good theater down there. I can't wait to go see this though. You know, you could say what you want about the first movie, like, does it have the best story? No. But what Mario game has a good story, right? It was fun, it was fan service. I've seen it 2 or 3 times and it was just as fun every single time. And I think from every angle, Mario Galaxy movie is gonna be even better. Again, it's too early to say this, but what it seems like they're setting up, the next big Nintendo movie after the Zelda movie, so probably in 2028, it's probably going to be a Super Smash Brothers movie, right? And then, you know, when you think about a new Super Smash Brothers game, like, yeah, we all want one, but Kirby Air Riders just came out, and you know, Sakurai can't do a million things at once, and it's probably going to be his last Smash Brothers game. That's probably going to come out in 2028, maybe 2029, so it just seems like they're really setting up a Super Smash Brothers movie. Maybe they have a huge fighting tournament with all these characters. And it's just a good time to be a Nintendo fan right now. So whether all that stuff happens or not, I think we can definitively say that the next big Nintendo franchise to be revived, or at least come back, it's probably going to be Star Fox. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this? Because your opinion matters most. So in the comments below, I would love to hear from you guys as always. And remember, if you made it all the way to this part of the video, what are you doing? Hit that like and subscribe on the way out. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter or both of those on the way out, and consider becoming a channel member so we can get to 15 channel members, because that would be pretty cool. And you guys know me, I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace.